Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, the sixth Lubavitcher Rebbe, first visited the Upper West Side of Manhattan during his 11-month tour of the United States in 1929-1930. On October 28, 1929, he was honored at a banquet at the Jewish Center, attended by leading Jewish dignitaries. In the summer of 1930, the Rebbe returned to Poland, where he lived for the next 10 years until the outbreak of World War II. 3 years later, the Rebbe sent the famed Chassid, Reb Itche Horowitz, to visit the United States. On November 18, 1933, Reb Itche led a Farbrengen, a Hasidic gathering at the home of Mr. Sam Kramer at 285 Central Park West. Reb Itche would return to Europe, and in 1941 he was murdered by the Nazis in Riga, Latvia, on the 10th of Kislev. Following a harrowing journey from Nazi-occupied Warsaw through Germany and Sweden, and then across the Atlantic, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak arrived at Pier 97 on West 57th Street on March 19, 1940, to settle in the United States. At the pier, he was greeted by thousands of Jews, including Commissioner William Herlitz, representing New York Mayor LaGuardia, and Mr. Sam Kramer on behalf of Agudas Chasidei Chabad. For the next 6 months, the Rebbe primarily lived at the Greystone Hotel on West 89th Street and Broadway, until his move to 770 Eastern Parkway. Manhattan, 1984. No cell phones, no internet, no laptops, no Chabad house. In 1984, the Lubavitcher Rebbe Menachem Mendel Schneerson appointed Rabbi Shlomo and Rivka Kugel to be his first emissaries on the island of Manhattan, serving the Jewish community on Manhattan's Upper West Side and Columbia University.
We didn't have a master plan. We didn't have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. I remember one of my mentors, Rabbi Castell, telling me, your job is to do as many favors to as many people as you can. Just be there for people.
Our philosophy has always been simple: to love every Jew, to educate every Jew, and to reach out and help every Jew. 30 years ago, we came here to give as much as we could, but the truth is we have received so much more than we could have ever imagined.
For Passover 1984, Chabad of the West Side hosted a public Seder for 70 people. The following year, Chabad's kosher hot dog cart began daily operations at the gates of Columbia University. 3 years later, Chabad merged with Congregation Kehilat Israel on 103rd Street. The Kugels were appointed spiritual leaders of the new congregation. In 1989, the Chabad Early Learning Center opened its doors with 6 students. For Chabad of the West Side, the 1990s were a period of growth and innovation. The first Sukkah-mobile on the Upper West Side. Pearl Stroh joins as the head teacher of the Chabad Early Learning Center. With her genuine warmth and expert leadership, the school will grow to become the premier Jewish preschool on the West Side. With an enrollment of 80 children, Chabad relocates to 92nd Street. The new millennium brought with it a whirlwind of activity and expansion, including record attendance in the Chabad Shul. Enrollment at the Chabad Early Learning Center doubles to 160 students and becomes a vibrant community of young Jewish families from diverse backgrounds. With Chabad's move to 97th Street, the annual rent jumps to $750,000, quite a difference from $3,600 at its original 103rd Street location. The Chabad Women's Circle is founded by Chabad's Rebbitzins. More than 100 gatherings culminated in 2014 with a mega challah bake with over 250 women. Rabbi Chaim and Sarah Alevsky joined to launch Chabad family programs, They start the Chabad Kids Club, the Kids Shul. Chabad has continued to create new programming to meet the varied needs of the community. The Jewish Girl Scouts Troop 3131 for girls in grades 3 through 5 is created. Jewish Modern Connections offers programs for young Jewish professionals. The Chabad Hebrew School opens with an enrollment of 60 children. An innovative and much-needed special needs class is added 3 years later. An after-school program is launched to serve the students of Harlem Hebrew Language Academy. Rabbi Mendel and Chayala Kugel join to lead the Friendship Circle. They also introduce Tuesday Night Learning, a Chabad booth at street fairs, a Mezuzah Me campaign.
As Jews, we're always looking forward. We're a living people, and the sign of life is growth. Certainly for Chabad, contentment is not in our lexicon. Over the course of the past 30 years, countless Jews have benefited from Chabad's programs. Every year, the lives of thousands of West Side Jews, young and old alike, are enriched by Chabad experiences. But as long as there is one Jewish child who does not know the Aleph Bet, Chabad of the West Side will not rest. Chabad's new center will allow for the growth of all Chabad activities. More children attending Chabad Early Learning Center, a growing enrollment at the Chabad Hebrew schools, greater numbers of children and families experiencing the beauty of the holidays and our traditions. The new Chabad Center will not be just a building, but rather a vibrant and warm home where all Jews will be welcomed and inspired. We invite you to become a partner in Chabad's new building. Join in building a new home for Chabad and a bright future for the West Side.